Hello, wizards. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing amazing because I'm going to share with you today how you can love yourself. You see, in the spiritual awakening journey, you have mostly come across the term of loving yourself, how important it is that we love ourselves because that is the way we heal ourselves. That is the way we transmute all the things that is not transmuted, and that is the way to ascending harmoniously in your spiritual growth journey. Now, whenever you hear something like that, love yourself, that is the solution to most of your problems, which apparently it is. You may also have noticed that you have found yourself asking, how on earth do I love myself? What do I do? Usually, when you hear something like that, love yourself, you probably would think, okay, so, I'm going to take a little bit of care for myself. I'm going to take that break. I'm going to go for that vacation. I'm going to, do a lot of self-care, because that is apparently how I think I can love myself, right? But you know what? I want to address this particular question because what happens is you can allow yourself a certain amount of self-care and you can call it, I'm loving myself. But you will also notice that you will come out of it soon enough and you will keep getting back to this question and this dilemma. What can I actually do to love myself? And what is it? What does it mean to love myself? Right? Because this is a question that needs to be addressed in the spiritual awakening journey. So I was pondering myself this question just this week, and I have come across to some really enlightening answers for myself, which I'm going to share with you today. You see, simply loving yourself means allowing yourself to do what you love to do in this moment. That's it. Yes, it is really that simple. Loving yourself means allowing yourself to do what you love to do in this moment. And there's only this moment. You see, I talk about the fourth density state of consciousness. My channel is all about wizard consciousness, which is the fourth density state of consciousness, which we are all ascending to. And what happens in fourth density state of consciousness is we realize that there is just this now moment. There is no past, there is no future. All that happens in this now moment. This now moment, the experience is changing, creating the illusion of movement, illusion of time, illusion of space. But happens in this now moment. So if there is just this now moment, how do you love yourself in this now moment? How do you love yourself in this now moment? Only one way. Allow yourself to do what you love to do. And that's it. In this now moment, keep doing that. In this now moment, allow yourself to do that. So how does it connect to the question of loving yourself? You see, there is no way to love yourself other than doing the things that you love. You see, love is a state of being. The first time I was reflecting on this question, I was thinking about this. How do I love myself exactly? Apparently, do I give myself a hug? Is that what am I supposed to do? But a hug will end, sooner or later. So you find some person that you want to express love and you hug them. But sooner or later, you have to take your hands off, right? So even if you're hugging yourself, if that is possible, you have to take your hands off. So the hug ends, right? But how do you love yourself continuously? Constantly, in a never-ending way, because that's what expansion is, loving yourself. Because when you love yourself, what you are actually doing is you are loving the universe, because you and the universe are one and the same thing. What you call outside and what you call inside, what you call out there and what you call in here, are one continuum, one whole. So when you love yourself, The love goes back, right back up to the universe. You embrace the entire universe. You love everybody else when you love yourself, because that's how it works. So how do you express your love for the universe or for yourself? You don't go hugging the universe, you don't go hugging yourself, but if you want to do it, fantastic, But just saying, there's no one thing that you can do that equates to loving yourself, but that one thing. And that one thing that actually equates to loving yourself is allowing yourself to do what you love to do in this now moment. And this now moment is shifting. So what you love to do in this now moment might not be what you would love to do in the next now moment, and the next now moment, and the next now moment. You don't have a clue what you would love to do, what would excite you, what would resonate with you in the next now moment. You don't need to know. But whatever is coming to you right now, if you just allow yourself to do that, whatever that is, it does not have to be a big, crazy, standardized loving yourself thingy. No. When we think about loving yourself, the first thing that comes into most of our heads is, again, like, taking a vacation, taking a break, doing the things that I like to do, and it ends. And that is what I want to talk about. Loving yourself means doing what you love to do. If in this now moment, if you ask yourself this question, what would I like to do? And be open to anything that you're resonating with. That is why in Wizard Consciousness, I talk about the inner guidance system, because your inner guidance system is like a continuous GPS pointing towards what you're resonating with. You have a co-vibrational frequency, which is constantly guiding you towards the experiences that are a match to your co-vibrational frequency, your soul's unique frequency. So if in this now moment you ask yourself, what is resonating? What would I love to do? What will bring me joy? What will bring me harmony? What will bring me happiness in this now moment? What is it? That question is a powerful question. You're not asking like, how am I going to love myself today? Or how am I going to love myself this week or this month? Because when you think like that, what you're doing is you're moving out of the now moment. You can never technically move out of the now moment because it's an impossibility. But what you do is you create an illusion of trying to control your love for yourself in a certain span of time or span of now moment, which you cannot do because you don't know who you are going to be in the next now moment. Forget about succession of now moments, right? Because you're constantly evolving, right? And that is when you get all trapped and mixed up. So when you ask yourself this simple question, what would I love to do right now? Simple. What will bring me joy and happiness right now? That takes a whole lot of baggage out. You see, because what you would like to do right now would usually be something that you can do right now. It will be accessible. It will be doable. It will be, in your hands. For example, if you ask yourself, what would I love to do right now that will bring me happiness? You will not think in terms of, I need $1 million, or I need that relationship, or I need that, perfect lifestyle, or whatever. You'll find yourself intuitively answering the question something like this. You know what? I would like to rest a little more, or I'd love to listen to that music that I am hearing in my head, or I would love to watch that movie that I had been looking forward to. And you go find yourself the movie on the internet and you watch it. Simple stuff. In doing that, you are loving yourself. Loving yourself means to allow yourself harmony. Allow yourself to move towards that which brings joy to your soul. If you are not doing that, you are not loving yourself. No kidding. No kidding. Nothing you can do that can allow you to love yourself, you cannot do anything that can allow you to love yourself except doing the thing that you like to do, that you love to do in this now moment. That is it. That is it. That is what the universe wants you to do. That is what your higher self is wanting you to do. Don't overcomplicate this. You might be thinking, cool, right? So there are many things that I like to do, but I don't have the money to do it, or I'm not in the right place, or I don't have the right kind of people to do it with, in my life, blah 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 blah. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overcomplicate. It's not complicated. As I said, ask yourself, what would you love to do right now? Right now. When you ask yourself this question, again, this is a very powerful question. Right now, it will simplify things. It will make things accessible. Um, you will find yourself this, that if there's something that you'd like to do, that you feel that, I can't do it because there are certain limitations, or there are certain constraints, financial constraint, health constraint, whatever constraints that there is, and then you ask yourself, what can I do right now? What would I love to do right now? You'll find your inner guidance will always guide you to something maybe else, maybe something completely different, or maybe something similar, but something very accessible into the now moment. So maybe let's give you an example. Okay, let's give an example from my life actually, because I just have one that happened just recently. Apparently yesterday, I love music. I have a music channel. I am a hobbyist musician. I absolutely love music. It's my excitement and my resonance and my path. And yesterday I was listening to music, and in the morning, and I noticed a strong resonance to play saxophone. And I don't have a saxophone, and I wanted to play a tune called My Favorite Things. And I noticed, like, what, it would be so amazing to play saxophone and play this melody. And so I looked up the prices for saxophone. Apparently they are pretty darn expensive. Okay, so I'm like, oh, I can't buy this. And maybe the old me would notice, like, oh, that is lack, I can't play this. I just noticed the resonance. I wanted to do this, and now I can't do this, so I cannot experience happiness that my inner guidance guided me. So what the hell, higher self, why did you bring that inspiration to me? And suddenly, as I was noticing, what, I don't care, and I asked myself, what can I do in the now moment that that I would enjoy? And suddenly I noticed, what, I've been practicing whistling, and I can whistle that tune. And I visualize myself whistling that tune, my favorite things, the melody, it's a jazz standard. And I noticed, like, it's sounding nice. It's sounding nice, actually. I think whistling the tune will not get the saxophone sound, but it would be fun. I'm like, yeah, why not? So I took my phone, I started recording myself. I had like 4 or 5 takes, and I was enjoying it. It was such an amazing process, getting the notes out, perfecting it. I'm not still, very good at whistling, but it was good. And I was really enjoying it. You see? And soon enough, I decided, what? Let's do it. Let's video record myself. So I video recorded myself whistling my favorite thing. It's a 1 minute melody. And oh my God, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. You see, this is what happens. When you ask yourself, what would I love to do now? You will see your inner guidance will take you to the quickest path, the quickest place that will allow you to experience happiness. In doing that, you ascend. In doing that, you evolve. In doing that, you experience the gift of life. In doing that, you love yourself. And again, I'll tell this to you. There is no other way to love yourself, at least from my point of view, from my experience, from where I am right now. There is no other way to love yourself other than allowing yourself to do what you love to do in this now moment, and then the next now moment, and then the next now moment. That's it. That's it. So ask yourself this question: what would I love to do now and see if you can allow yourself to do that. Because if you can't or don't allow yourself to do these simple things, like, whistling a tune or listening to music or resting or reading a book, which is so accessible, if you don't allow yourself to do that, I'm sorry, you are not loving yourself. You see? And it's in your hand. You cannot blame anybody, right? When you don't love yourself, you're not loving the universe. So don't expect any love back, because it's apparently all you're doing. You see, you are the universe. You are the universe. When you love yourself, you will experience the love reflected back at you, right? So if you have enjoyed what I've shared with you, leave me in the comments what resonated, right? And I have a great news, an exciting news to share with you. That is, I am doing this one-on-one spiritual integration sessions. These are 45 to 60 minutes long, and I'm open to taking students. I have my calendar open to taking students, and I want to share with you what I do in the spiritual integration sessions. In a 45 to 60 minutes one-on-one spiritual integration session, if I get to have that with you, you will get to meet me directly face to face over a Zoom call, and you will get to share with me your challenges in your ascension journey. And I'm going to share with you my wisdom, and I'm going to share with you something that will help you overcome those challenges. So if you have been following my channel, and if you have been thinking that I'd like to have a session with Debjit, private, one-to-one. So this is it. I'm taking students. Currently, I'm charging around 150 US dollars per session. If you want to have a session with me, reach out to me. My mail ID will be in the description of the video. Send me an inquiry that you'd like to have a session with me, and I will get back to you, and I'll tell you how to proceed. Right? And I also have a 4-week program on how to connect with your inner guidance system, because if you know me, you know how important your inner guidance system is. It's the very fundamentals of everything that we do in Visit Consciousness. If you want to connect with your inner guidance system, with your inner GPS, through which your higher self is constantly communicating to you, and you want to learn how to connect with it, then this program is for you. If you want to join the program, send me a message in the same email that I have in the description, right? And so that's it. If you have enjoyed this video, leave me a comment. And if you want to know how sometimes we experience certain challenges in our spiritual awakening journey, and we struggle shifting our reality, and we find ourselves staying stuck and not shifting our reality much, then this is what I want to share with you. That happens because we are not paying attention to the lessons underneath the challenge. Once we understand the lesson underneath the challenge, we shift our internal reality, and in turn we shift our external reality. And I shared about this particular topic in one of my recent videos. If you want to know about this, watch my video. It'll appear in your screen here. Watch it, and I'll see you again soon. Have fun. Bye-bye.